A very good morning to all students. We are straight about the chapter 16 of chemistry, that is green chemistry and nanotechnology. In this we are already completed the topic green chemistry and starting about the nanotechnology. In nanotechnology, in the previous part we have studied about the introduction of nanotechnology and the various characteristics features of the nanotechnology. In this part, we are studied about the synthesis of nanomaterial. In synthesis of nanomaterial, we are studied about the two methods. Out of that first method, it is the bottom up and top down method, and second one is the wet chemical synthesis, in which we have studied about the sol gel process. So now let us study. Synthesis of nanomaterial. The nanomaterial synthesis, it is referred to the methods for creating the nanoparticles. Means for creating the nanoparticles, we are using various synthesis methods. The synthesis of the nanomaterials in the high yield means we require the product in the large scale and the low cost. It have been a great challenge since the very early development of the nanoscience. In short, we required the nanomaterial in the high production and with the very low cost. The application of nanoparticle in the medicine, it depends on the ability to synthesize the particles with the different shapes, also with the monodispersity, with their chemical composition and size, and all these are found to prepare for the nanomaterials. Now the first method of synthesis of nanoparticle, it is the bottom up and top down method. There are the two approaches to the synthesis of nanomaterials. These are bottom up approach and second one is the top down approach. In this figure it can be shows the schematic illustration for the preparation of nanoparticle. In top down method, the bulk particle, that is very large size particle, it can be break down the first small particle and then these small particles, these are converted into the nanoparticles. Whereas in case of the bottom up particles, the very small size particles are combined with each other to form the large material and then it can be converted into the nanoparticles. So now let us discuss in detail. In case of the bottom up process, the molecular components are arranged themselves into the more complex assemblies, that is by atom, then molecule by molecule and cluster by cluster from the bottom. In short, in this method, the very small particles, that is atom by atom, these are assembled, combined, then molecule by molecule and then cluster by cluster, and then we get the materials. Example of this bottom up method is synthesis of nanoparticles by the colloidal dispersion. It is as seen in the figure. If you want to make the building, then first we have to assemble the various building blocks which are from short, then more large and then very large. In such building, what you want to assemble it from the building blocks, and in this case, in case of nanomaterial, our building blocks are atom and then molecule. That means in short, there is first we have arranged the atom by atom, then molecule by molecule or by cluster, and then we get the final product, that is our nanoparticles. The second method is top down method. In the top down approach, the nanomaterials are synthesized from the bulk material. Bulk material means very large materials. By breaking the material, the bulk solids are disassembled into the final pieces until they are constituted to the only few atoms. In short, in the top down method, the bulk material, that is large material, it can be cut into the smaller pieces and then we get the nanoparticles. As we seen in figure here, the starting material, it is the bulk material, that is large material, and then it can be cut away material, and to make the what you want means from large material it can be by cutting we get the small material, and from this small material we get the nanoparticles. Now this figure shows the differentiate between the top down method and bottom up method. In case of top down method, the bulk material it can be cut down to get the powder form, and then from powder form we get the nanoparticles. But in case of the bottom up methods, the atoms are combined with each other to get molecules, molecules combine with each other to get cluster, and then clusters assemble with each other to get the nanoparticles. The main difference between top down and bottom up process is, in case of top down method we use the bulk material, but in case of the bottom up we use the very small, that is atoms. And in case of the bottom up process there is the assembles of atom by atom, but in case of the top down method there is disassembles of the bulk solids. The second method of synthesis of nanomaterial is wet chemical synthesis of the nanomaterials, in which we are studied about the sol gel process. Now let us study what is meant by sol. Sols are the dispersions of the colloidal particles in a liquid. Now what is meant by colloidals? Colloidals are the solid particle with a diameter of 1 to 100 nanometer. In short, sols are the solid in liquid. Now what is meant by gel? A gel, it is the interconnected rigid network with the pores of the sub-micrometer dimensions and polymeric chains whose average length is greater than a micrometer. Now by using sol gel process, it is possible to synthesize the nanoparticles, nanorods and nanotubes, etc. Now in this figure we have seen there is the formation of making the gel formation. Now how it is formed? This is the mixture reaction in which first hydrolysis and condensation reaction takes place. Then we study how this reaction can be takes place. First we get the sol, and then by gelification sol is converted into the gel. Now in the hydrolysis process, this SiOR reacts with the water, that is H2O, ROS, that is alcohol is removed, and there is the formation of SiOS, that is silicon hydroxide. Then silicon hydroxide of the first molecule reacts with the second, and there is the formation of SiOSi plus H2O. It is the condensation process, and in second SiOR reacts with SiOH, and there is also formation of the SiOSi plus ROH. This method it is usually prepared the oxide materials. The various steps involved in the sol gel process. The formation of the sol gel process, it includes the 4 steps. These are hydrolysis, then polycondensation, then drying, and last one is the thermal decomposition process. So now let us study. In the first process, there is the formation of different stable solution of the alkoxide, that is MOM. As we seen the silicon, then O and silicon, or the solvated metal precursor. Then second one is the gelation result. In the there is the formation of gel from the oxide or alcohol bridge network gel by a polycondensation reaction. That means the second method it is the polycondensation. Now the third one it is the aging of the gel, mean During that period, the gel get converted into the solid mass. Next one is the drying of the gel. In this step, water and other volatile liquids are removed from the gel network. And last is the dehydration. Dehydration means removal of water molecules. The material is heated at the temperature up to the 800 degree Celsius. Now in this figure there is a schematic representation of the sol gel process for the synthesis of nanoparticle. For this first we require the precursor, then it convert into the sol, then by dehydration process sol get converted into the gel. By rapid dehydrating it can be converted into the aerogel, and then we get the dense ceramic, then thin film coating or powder form. Now the various advantages of the sol gel process are: in this method monosize means single size nanoparticles are produced by this method. It is useful for the synthesis of the glasses, glass ceramics or the ceramic material at the very low temperature. This method it is able to get the uniform and small size particle. By sol gel process it is easy to do the coating for the films. Now by this method we can get the objects or the films with the special porosity, and it is also useful for making the new microstructure and the composition. As there are various advantages, there are certain disadvantages also. These are: it is hard to controlling the growth of the particle. Now in this method there is an avoiding the agglomerating of the newly formed particles. The sol gel method requires the need to be very careful while handling. This method is require the high cost for the fabrication, and it requires the long period for the deposition. In this way, we are studied about the synthesis of nanomaterial by two methods. One is top down bottom up methods, and second one is the sol gel process. I hope all of you understand both these methods. Thank you.